hate this. I hate who we work for.
We work for ourselves.
I know, and I hate it. You know what I do hate
help.
is that unnecessary hate on fucking Black Panther. Look at that. You see that classically drawn Black Panther? He's been around since the fucking 60s, 70s, Jeff. Sorry, that's how we're starting this Oblivion episode.
Welcome to Comic Book Club.
Woo! He's important.
Sorry.
He's
Welcome
not
to the
shoehorned
mega
in.
level.
Sorry. Whew, I'm angry.
Some strong feelings going on.
We will get to Oblivion. This is that episode. We are not lying to you. Omega level, Omega level, Omega level. Jeff, this is that episode.
It's happening. It's finally happening. But it's not going to happen exactly how you wanted it to happen, I'm assuming.
It's probably not, but it's happening. It's happening. And we're also going to be covering this awesome arc that we've talked about in a previous week, the Justice League Dark, going into the Witching Hour. So we have Wonder Woman and Justice League Dark, Witching Hour Part 1.
Not Justice League Dark and Wonder Woman.
That's the finale.
The last issue.
Do not read that one first. Wonder Woman and the Justice League Dark, not Justice League Dark and Wonder Woman.
Yet again, that's one more time. That's
and one more time.
And then Wonder Woman 56.
So how was your weekend, Steve? I mean, what?
We've been playing Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
What do you want from me?
That's good to me. I mean, damn.
I'm about to finish watching Sabrina Season 2.
Ooh.
Hey, Jeff, you'll hate that because you're a misogynistic piece of shit.
Ooh, and that's coming from Steven. Buzzing.
That's coming from an ex-misogynistic piece of shit.
Let me comb my hair because that probably upsets you that I'm a man combing my hair.
We lost our one and only viewer.
And he was the most important one. We love everybody else, though, so please stay tuned. Please stay tuned.
So how are we opening this up? Talking about Oblivion or comics first?
I still want to talk about how your weekend went. Is that because everyone always feels like they have to do something so grand?
I was pissed off because my car died.
Yeah, all right, yeah. At least you were good Sunday. That was a good morning. It was nice seeing my good Steve.
There's my weekend.
There's his weekend.
You know, I have goddamn anger issues.
Oh man, we just went Hulk for a second.
All right, let's talk about Oblivion first.
You want to do Oblivion first?
Yeah, but we're opening up by asking Jeff what he thought. Why is this your favorite movie?
Go ahead, Jeff.
Damn, I never thought about it that way.
Wow, that's crazy. That's interesting.
Wow,
yeah.
that actually opens up a whole new perspective for this.
It really does.
Wow,
I didn't realize
this
that
movie's a lot more profound than I thought.
Yeah, seriously, great input, Hefe. Seriously, wow. I mean,
maybe you're not a racist.
Maybe. I'm still on the fence about the sexist thing. But we're here and we're talking about it. All right, Oblivion. Thoughts, sir? Your thoughts? Ooh, glasses adjustment. He's about to go
real.
in.
If only I had a hat to turn.
Man, he would have turned that cap back.
I like the premise of the movie.
Okay.
Yeah. Those are my thoughts.
Okay, well, for me, I believe it started out very well. I thought it started pretty strong. It felt like it was going to do a little more world building than it actually did as the movie transpired. Yeah. Special effects, wow.
How's Tom Cruise narrating over the beginning, explaining why the world is the way it is?
Which makes me laugh, always hearing Tom Cruise do that. But,
yeah.
Playing the same character. I mean, he's like Jack Harper, Jack Reacher, Jack Paul, Jack... I don't know. I'm just making, he's Jack all the time. We got Goose and Maverick. What's up? He had the Top Gun glasses. He had that.
Did he?
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, the glasses he was wearing with the New York cap? We get it. You're a pilot, Tom Cruise. God.
We get it. You lived in New York.
You lived in New York. Oh, look at me. I went to the Empire State Building and proposed to my wife that I didn't know was around. Boom, spoilers. Welcome to the podcast.
But yeah, opening up with a false scenario for why the world is the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
They said, aliens came out of the moon because their planet was dying, and so they had to invade Earth, and we did what we had to do. We used the nukes, which killed the planet.
But of course... And then we had to move to Titan, which is a moon on Saturn.
Yeah.
Which is funny. A lot of sci-fi stuff always use Titan as a home base.
Because why not?
There are so many...
We're going to choose the moon to live on. Choose the biggest moon.
I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Also, you have a beautiful view of a fucking planet with a bunch of rings around it.
The only thing I think about Titan is when Thanos straight whooped some ass.
I thought Titan in the Marvel universe is a fucking planet.
It's different. Yeah, no, it's different. It's a planet in that one. It's a moon in this. Come on. But yeah, I'm sorry. As I digress. Very strong though. I thought the beginning was very well done. Tom Cruise. I'm not a fan of Tom Cruise.
I'm not the biggest fan.
Yeah,
but
I don't think he's bad.
Me some Edge of Tomorrow.
Yes.
I'd much rather be talking about that movie.
Wow.
I said it.
Ooh, shots fired. And his counterpart, the female Victoria, he calls her Vika. I thought she did an okay job. I didn't think she did anything to wow you, but she definitely didn't do anything to like, oh, why is she here? I did feel like the
I
love
thought that about everybody.
in the movie.
Yeah.
Wow, like you're just watching this, like, why is this even a thing? This should just be shots of the awesome scenery that we see in every scene. Is that what you should have thought?
Yeah, I was like, well, this is pretty to look at.
Okay. You didn't like the ship design? I thought that was really cool.
I've been waiting to bring that up. The ship was awesome.
Yeah, I
Best character in the movie.
best. I thought that was pretty cool.
I always
design.
loved how it takes off. It's
Especially with the
okay. So
backdrop,
standing
yeah,
still. Here's my
yeah.
hand. It's just whoop.
Great description. What he's trying to do is it does a backflip and then and folds back. I mean,
Yeah.
he's not doing a good job. I didn't even do a good job of explaining that. You whoop. Hit him with a whoop. Tom Cruise did a pretty good job in this.
Tom Cruise did a good job being Tom Cruise.
Exactly. It's not like he was reaching anywhere. And, I wanted to start the podcast with, who are you? Who are you?
Where is she? Went to the Dark Knight for a
Yeah,
second.
well, we're not Christian Bale, okay? I know this.
Great detective work.
Great detective work. Tom Cruise did fine. He didn't have to go really too far, and something that Nick brought up in movies. He genuinely does seem like he doesn't know what's going on. When there's information brought to him, he is seriously
He's a Scientologist.
shocked.
He's not an intelligent man.
Yeah. And he's reading The Lays of Rome, and it has references to gods and stuff like
He's
that.
also listening to Blue Oyster Cult and Pink Floyd.
Yep, and I
And
like.
Duran Duran.
I mean, he didn't listen to those, but you
Yeah.
did see the vinyls
I think
when he
you
was
only
pulling them
really
back.
hear Led Zeppelin.
And he found his little
Good choice.
And he found his little safe haven. That was cool that he made that.
I did like that.
Another reason showing that he's not what you think he is.
Yes.
He's not just this, what he called them, the mop-up duty. Like, they're just fixing droids for the people up in Titan, is what they're told. That's what they've been told. Him and her are the community.
Oh, yeah.
She's
Also,
the tech.
they
He's
thought that,
the...
like Vec or whatever the space station is was made by people.
It was?
Well, they thought it was.
They thought it
Yeah.
was.
They think that's where everybody is, and that they're just like doing recon.
Exactly, and they
stuff
keep
like you
getting
said.
information from Sally, which is, I assume, is from the tech,
Mm-hmm.
is what they were referring to, and then they have these things on the planet called skags. They were skags, correct? Just like Borderlands?
Yes, scabs.
Okay. Scabs. Okay. They have these things on the planet that seem to be
They look like
destroying
they're
most of
straight
their
out
droids.
Destiny.
Yeah. Most of the things similar. Are you talking about
Sounds
the
like
100?
the Forsaken, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, yeah, or kind of like 100 years.
Drew, if you want to look up pictures and let us know in the comment section, Skull Kid, go ahead and let us know if we are anywhere close to that, and rip
Drop
us if
us
we're
some
not.
of that lore.
Yep, and get a picture right here, Nick. That's another request.
Can I get a
Starts
description
over.
of the rose and the thorn again?
Yes. I like that. Cinematography was great. I really liked how well it followed most things. Most of the shots that they had to do, there was the one where they got to the waterfall shot. You remember that when they were going through the cavern when he was going to the secret place, the safe haven that he found?
Yeah.
I read that it actually had to use a bunch of helicopters to bring the crew up there. They couldn't even get up to that point of area. They actually had to bring helicopters and bring all the crew up there. It was a very hard shot to do,
Nice,
stuff like
nice.
that. Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of beautiful set pieces.
Man, really, seriously was. I like the design of their house too. Coolest swimming pool ever. I mean,
Yeah, that
And
was,
I assume
that
it's
was
just
probably one of
perfect
the best
temperature.
shots in there. It was like
Mhm.
when they have their little sex scene.
Yep, basically.
Which
Yep.
normally I'm always just like, that's unnecessary, but that one just looked really nice.
Well, they didn't show it. That's the thing. They did the lead up and
Well,
then didn't show it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for
Showing
that movie
the
to
sex
come out
scene
with like
is
that
unnecessary.
bounces back between like action and penetration. Until the movie just sort of ends. Sorry, Always Sunny. That is brilliant.
we're going. He's flying, and then it goes back to them having sex, and then he's flying and shooting things. Then he's going back to him having sex. I think
And the only difference is we show it.
except,
All of it. Dennis Reynolds' dream movie, apparently.
but of course. And during the course of this movie, you have Jack Harper, Tom Cruise's character,
Yes. He's always Jack.
kind of having these flashbacks of him and some woman at the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
Just keep having these, and he's waking up. He's having these. He keeps thinking about it. His love interest, Vika, which they don't ever really say I love you, but clearly they've been together for
Yeah, they always say that
however long.
they're
They didn't really
good-
give a time span.
They're a good partner or
Mhm.
whatever. They're a good team.
They're an effective team.
They're an effective team.
Yep, they always had to, they said that a couple times. Of course, they alluded to finally a point of we're not an effective team, and that caused Tech to go cray. But I'm getting ahead of myself. There's
Yeah.
still some other points I want to talk about. But what I was going to say was Tom Cruise kept having these flashbacks, and he keeps doing these things, and kind of like, why are we doing this? He's like remembering more and more, and trying to delve more into this. Like when he goes to the library, the sunken library of Wan Shi Tong. Boom! Avatar reference.
Picture Washi Tong.
God, if he can do that,
He won't.
he won't. It's an owl, spirit owl, but an owl nonetheless.
There you go. Type in Shi Tong Spirit Owl.
Yep.
That'll pull up
Avatar
that
spirit
picture.
owl. That's probably all you need to do.
There you go.
Boom. Awesome.
He who knows 10,000 things.
Woo, but didn't know how to tie a knot. Soccer boys. Soccer boys. But once again, off topic. That's what we'll do here about Bud. Like that little ASMR that I was.
We like talking about. God. Overrated.
Everybody tingles right now. They got the tingles. I gave myself the tingles.
ASMR.
Nice. Now we're not gonna whisper it. Yeah. These are gonna have really good dreams. Yeah, we aren't hitting any of the levels, but that doesn't matter because we're here in this week episode of Oblivion. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. But he goes down into the library and he finds this book. He's more, he has this thought of like, I'm gonna read these, because they apparently don't read there because that's where he put when they showed the safe haven.
The reason
he had
why
his
the
books.
scabs become interested in him.
Mm-hmm. And in this scene, they have them running on all fours, which at the time you're like, oh, they're mutant creatures that are affected by radiation. But that's not the case, which makes that scene kind of dumb.
It's very dumb.
Yes.
It's the definition of a red herring.
Mm-hmm. Because as the movie...
Thank you for Nick letting me use that word.
Great.
Because, when the reveal comes on later that they're not what you think, they don't act like that whatsoever.
Yeah, they're not
no
crazy
goddamn
people.
reason.
None of them walk on all fours. Like, it just it
None
doesn't
of
make
them
any
making
sense.
rabid animal noises while they're just standing there.
Well, they showed the communication, remember?
Still, though, you think someone would have reached out to this guy a little bit more effectively.
Yeah, or have been like, or just used
Hands up. Just walk out like a normal goddamn person.
But see, that also comes into the thing is that the drones are meant to kill these scabs because of what they actually are.
Yes.
So they're probably thinking that because Tom Cruise has a weapon or says a line that he's the weapon. They're just machines. So they probably think that he's also programmed to kill him. You know what I mean? Because they see, because when it gets revealed, when we have these moments, that there isn't just one Jack Harper.
Yeah.
He goes past this radiation zone. They have these borders in this movies that they're not supposed to go back because of radiation. Come to find out, it's just other little marks of the little segments of the planet that are quartered off by the tech that is other Jack Harpers. Fucking huge reveal.
Yeah, huge
that was
reveal.
crazy.
For a moment, I thought he traveled back in time.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yep. And for me, that reveal was huge. And before that reveal happened, I thought the first one with who the scabs are, they're people. Not a shocker. Totally expected people being alive.
Morgan Freeman.
And Morgan Freeman and Jamie Lannister. What's up?
Yeah, funny. It was like finishing that up after watching Game of Thrones. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, nice. It's nice seeing 2013 Jamie Lannister. That's good, man. Looking good, bub. I missed the hair.
Still think he should have been Geralt of Rivia.
Oh, absolutely. I'm 100%. That was my fan cast. That was my number one.
Oh, that was your number one?
I wanted Viggo or Mads, but they're too old.
Yeah, Viggo would be, too old, but Geralt's supposed to look old.
It's not that Nikolaj is that young, but he's supposed to look, he's technically in his 70s, but he's...
Geralt?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's old, but he's like,
Well,
actually
games,
has the
isn't
he has
like
the
100?
physique of like a 35-year-old, you know what I mean? So that's
Yeah.
pretty much your prime. That's prime for people, you know what I mean? So...
Isn't he like 100 in the games?
No. Oh, well, I don't know how much time has transpired in the games, but
Wow.
he's...
Expert over here.
I'm an expert on the books. And 3, not 1 and 2. Jesus, dude.
An expert on the books and 3.
Yep. It's the only one worth it. Play 1 and 2. I can't say that. I can't hate on that.
1 is aged.
Yep.
It's significantly so.
Well, 2's hard. I beat the shit out of Death March. I've beaten everything in Blood of War. Other than the Blood and Wine finale on Death March, I beat this game on its hardest difficulty. And I couldn't even do the first battle in Witcher 2 on normal. I don't know if it's because everything's ingrained in me as Witcher 3.
Their combat systems change
drastically different
with every
yeah,
game.
dude, you lay down I was like, man, this kind of sucks, but man, you start out with Triss butt ass naked in your bed, so I'm like,
That's how the first game
this is my
starts.
waifu from this series, so Is that too weeb?
That voice.
I don't know. Can we get before we continue, can we get another impression? Can we get what you think Tom Cruise sounded like in this movie?
What I thought Tom Cruise.
Mhm.
Oh, I thought
Go
you were
ahead and
gonna
give me-
ask for.
I want that voice, but I want Tom Cruise.
Oh, you want
Like,
that voice?
I want you to say something. Yeah,
the
like
Gambit
he's-
voice.
Yeah, do the remembered
okay.
line. Yeah.
The remembered line.
Whatever one line you remember from this, but in that voice.
So, okay, hold on, give me
You
one
got this?
second.
You got
Give
this?
me one
You got
second.
this?
You might have to cut some time, Nick. I need.
No,
to
we're
prepare.
letting this real time.
Okay. So he's telling that football story.
Okay.
though. It's got a wall of linebackers just running at him. I don't even think I'm doing it really.
Hey, man.
He just, without even thinking, he just throws the ball. It's a Hail Mary.
God. Wow. I am in the booth right now with
crowd goes
with Tom Cruise / Gambit, everybody. This is a huge moment.
What's going on here? What's going on here?
What's going on, Sheree?
Thally?
Thally? Fuck you, Thally. Woo! Spoilers. Wait, we're already ahead of that. You gotta scratch your eyes?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
It's fun. Some Duran.
Duran. You wanna pick up after the reveal of humans? Get us sprinkle in a little bit of stuff in there. What we thought about that whole engagement.
Well, okay, yeah. We realize he is like a tech or whatever, like a repairman. He goes around fixing drones, but I think some of their cores or whatever have been going missing,
and we don't know why.
Turns out that they were taking them, I think, because they're trying to build like a super bomb to take out the tech. Because they reveal that aliens did not come out of the moon. The tech is the alien vessel this entire time. I think it's like when there's a space mission going out to Titan, because I think there was like a signal or something.
It was coming from the Empire State Building.
I think they were just going to like inspect Titan, but it turns out like the tech showed up, I guess, and that became their mission, and they got pulled into it. Which you'll see that scene later when I guess Jack's listening to like a recording. It turns out that they got taken into the tech and replicated and weaponized.
And that was where the beacon was coming from. Was from Empire State Building, and it was giving coordinates.
Sorry, yet again, we're all over the place.
We're making sense of this, though. We're talking about the points that
I think
really
we say
hit
this
us.
every episode, though.
And that's fine. It's what we do. It's what we live for. And I'm pretty sure I've said that.
We're not trying
times.
to like explain the movie like point by point. We're just having fun. This is a discussion. Join us.
Yes,
we welcome you.
Yes, we will go forward. We will go backwards, but we still try to make our point.
Shut the fuck up.
Wow, yeah, they were screaming.
Too much input.
Gosh, man,
Jesus Christ, you guys are savages.
That was worse than Thick Thor coming in here yelling at you about keys.
That was worse than all the hate speech I hear from Jeff.
Woo! This is your episode, bud. Fuck you. How about it?
Let us know what next movie you want us to rip apart.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not ripping this apart. I like the movie. Damn, dude.
It's a solid 7.5.
Yeah, I give it a solid 3. That's a great movie. It's a great movie.
3 out of 5.
I mean, the highest I've ever rated a movie is 5 out of 10. So every movie, God, even my favorite of all time. I hate movies and television.
I hate this entire medium.
Yeah, exactly. Everything about this stuff sucks, but I still watch it because I want to stay relevant. Yeah, that's a knock on a lot of people right there.
You know who you are.
Yeah. Oh, this has been garbage for 5 years, and you're still watching it? Well, I don't want to be left out of the loop. It's one conversation.
Don't you do it.
Don't you do it, I swear.
Do it.
Man, he's coming back in being mad again, dude. Yeah, we didn't stop. No. Okay, cool. Yeah, dude, good Lord. Can we finish this, please? At least he was calmer. At least he was calmer that
He's
time.
checking the camera.
Yeah, make sure it falls. Good Lord, dude. Can we just, stop, Nick? I'd say get your panties untied or underwear untied, but you don't wear any. So, I mean, it doesn't matter.
Undo those bondage knots.
Yeah, undo those bondage knots, bro. Would you calm down in there, Thick Thor?
All right.
I am sorry, listeners, viewers, longtime subscribers. We're getting close to the year mark. By that, I mean we still have 4 months, but we're getting there. We're getting there. But continue, sir. We were on the scabs. Yeah, no, it's heated. It's heated.
Okay, yeah. Earlier in the movie, he goes to the Empire State Building because there's a signal or some sort of beacon. It's a scab beacon, but it's being sent off planet.
And another reason.
But they decrypt it. It has coordinates, but those coordinates are in the middle of nowhere. I think he starts to leave, and then he's about to go back home or whatever because I guess recon's over with. He severs that connection first, and then he sees something come out of the sky and just crash land. And they keep telling him not to go, Mission Command or what the hell ever, Sally.
But it's going
Julia,
to the coordinates.
Keep telling him, He's like, hey, don't go there. They got it handled or whatever. He's like, well, I don't want them to set up something. I'm just going to go inspect it. And gets out of the ship.
No scab activity.
Disobeying all the fucking orders that he was given. Yeah, he sees a bunch of things everywhere.
There's fire,
pods.
wreckage, yeah.
He checks it. They're humans. A pod comes. It starts blowing them the hell up.
Yeah, the little drones. There was like 3 of them just straight boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Well, I think it was only one.
No, there was a couple. There was at least 2. I saw at least 2 running because you saw 3 different scans. Remember?
Well,
He was
yeah,
sta-
but
they were sitting
They
in-
have multiple.
Yeah, but they were
scanners on
showing.
them.
But they were showing one do that, and then one in the corner, and then one in the back. They had 3. So
Okay,
mind your business.
anyways.
Mind your fucking business, Steven.
Anyways.
Look me in the eyes. Thank you. Okay, continue.
Anyways, he sees one. It's the woman from his dreams that he's been having. The woman from his dreams. Thing starts scanning her. Says it needs to be eliminated. He gets in front of it, and it has like a little conflict where it says like friendly or something, and then
Yeah, it says clear, terminate, clear,
Yeah,
terminate, clear, terminate, clear.
he's like, "Fuck off, you."
Yeah, yeah. Of course, he has to. I give him his identification. Jack Harper, 50. Was he 51 or was the other one
I
52?
thought he was like 49 or something.
Okay, because 52 was the one that he ended up seeing. Remember when
I
they
can't
went past the
remember.
radiation zone? That for sure was
This
52.
movie's just a little bit confusing.
That one was for sure 52.
Okay, it's one of them. Regardless, it flies off. And
Mhm.
he takes it home with him. Opens her up, then opens her up.
Not yet.
not yet.
Jeez. Woo.
Oh yeah, they explain to her like what the hell's happened, like what they think's happened,
Mhm.
that like aliens came and wrecked havoc and shit, and she starts laughing because she doesn't believe it. I wouldn't believe it either. But like, what kind of elaborate ass prank is this?
Also thought it was pretty funny when they're at the dinner table. It's Victoria, Jack, and Julia, and they're like Jack's trying to get to the bottom. Like, what do you last remember? What are you doing here? Why are you up here? What was the beacon? What was it? And she's not answering. She's like, take the time you need. And Vika had to like reach over and grab his hand. Like to me, that's like a type of a jealousy move.
Oh,
like 'cause she
yeah.
grabbed his hand. Like, oh, there's another woman now. Like,
Well,
I'm
yeah,
not the only one.
that's
you
the
know what I
whole
mean?
reason
And
why
that could
that
happen with
conflict
another guy
happens.
too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So if a girl if you're into that, it's just. It's like, oh, there's another love interest possibly.
Yeah,
I don't trust
exactly.
her. It's like,
I mean,
she's a
yeah.
human, man.
It's somewhat understandable.
Because the scabs are supposed to be, at first, revealed like there's some sort of mutant creatures, which also makes me think when they see the Empire State Building beacon, shouldn't that automatically tell you, okay, these aren't just radiation people, they know technology.
Oh yeah, they know they have technology because they have like all that gear and
They
stuff.
don't know the suits, though. They just assume that was,
Well, still though,
something from, they thought that
they
was
had-
from tech. So, oh, okay, never mind. So you wouldn't be thrown off by that if they were tech creatures, you know what I mean? That of like,
well, they
Horizon
thought, they
Zero
thought the
Dawn
tech
and
was
stuff
on
like
their
that.
side at that point. Still,
it's like
though.
Horizon Zero Dawn tech. Like those
Oh.
creatures are technically, like they're creatures, they're animals, but they're actually not.
Yeah, it was weird.
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
Go on.
Go on.
You have that whole back and forth, and you still have Jack dealing with all this dilemma too. Like he's having this memory. He's like, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who are you? We got to go do this, and they keep getting these signals. They keep going out and checking these things, and of course, I'm skipping a big part. What is
He took her with him for some reason.
And he took off his comms, and I don't remember where he went first. If it was the, oh man, I just watched it too. Oh, bear with us, ladies and gentlemen.
He didn't take her to his like little hideout. Did
Not
he?
yet.
No, that was later.
That was
on when
later.
everyone turns on him.
Mm-hmm.
Did he take her to that little cave area?
Man, I'm blanking because
He took her to the Empire State Building, didn't he? And that was like.
Well, that was the first. Oh, because he's never mind. I'm skipping a part because when they were kidnapped, he didn't take her back home. Remember, he was at the scab place and he got knocked out by the scabs when he found the body. Remember?
Oh,
Morgan Freeman.
You're right.
Yep, knocked him out and tied him up and did this and like
yeah, that was a
revealed.
nice scene too because
Yeah,
he
'cause
has
he
this
likes
thing.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, because he's been getting zipped up, he's like, "Ha, fuck you guys," and then gets cut.
Yep.
He's like, "Oh shit."
And boom. Well, that was different. That's the library scene.
Well, that's
You're
when he gets
skipping ahead.
taken though.
No, it wasn't. It was when he got the pods.
Oh, you're
when
right.
He found
Because then the
Julia.
pod came
Yep.
and saved his ass.
Yep.
I forgot about
Mhm.
that.
That one came in, and of course he gave the clear. That's that was going to be. That's almost alluding to the next scene too, where it's like having that issue of clear, terminate, clear, terminate.
Yeah.
But when he was taken by them, he's chained up, and you have that cool scene of like, "What do you know about scabs?" And he lights the match and smokes that cigar, and you can barely see Morgan Freeman's
Yeah.
face. And of course, he turns on the light. Huge reveal. Well, not shocker, but huge reveal of humans. You know what I mean? So he has that, and they have the line of like,
That are
"Why should you
strangely
trust
not
him?"
acting like how they were normally when they were trying to throw you off.
Yep. And they needed him to do something with these drones and send it back because he does maintenance on them.
Yeah.
He never said no, he never said yes, but they trusted him. And of course, they had the passing line of like, "Why do you trust him?" Because she does. Because she introduced herself as Julia Harper. So of course she's not, like they know who she is, they know who he is, because there's something more to him. And that thing is that he was the original commander. He was a famous astronaut from pre-war.
Yep, they turned their best against him.
They turned their best against him.
Yep. He said when the tech landed, and out came you. Thousands of you.
Thousands of you. So that means he was cloned. The tech was cloning them. This thing in space that is
But
thought to be the safe
apparently it
haven.
doesn't completely make them emotionless because I think they've kept having the problem of like
I probably
they
didn't
realize
remember.
their humanity.
Yep,
yeah,
exactly.
'cause, like, picking up a book or like music or something that lets him like.
And that one was definitely the one, because that's why he saved him in the first place, because he saved her. That's different than any of the other Jack Harpers.
Yeah.
Like, why is he doing that? And he's having all these vivid memories. You know,
Because
that
it's his wife.
pretty cool fight between both Jacks. I thought that was
That
really
was
cool.
pretty nice.
That was really well.
I ended up getting confused who was who at some point.
Yep, I just kept looking for that scarf around the neck.
Oh, okay.
And the scar on the nose. The one we were watching had the
He's
scar
got
on the
gut
nose.
scar.
Yep. Not as crazy, not as, across.
Well, I'm saying Guts only has like one.
Oh, he only had the nose? I
Or
thought he had the
his
the face.
Gambino gave him that one.
Gambino gave him that
Yeah,
one?
His
Okay.
dad.
Okay. What a great dad Gambino is.
Yes.
Yikes. But you have that moment of where Jack's having this thing, and okay, so they go back, they get sent back, and this is when they come back. Well, they have their reveal. She's coming. They were lost in their bike. He got the bike back that was stolen from the previous scene when he went to the library. They drive out, run out of gas, and they only find the Empire State Building, where they could, he uses Morse code to give another day in paradise, which is said a couple times in this movie. So that's a notification of like, hey, it's me. Come save me. So they, of course, Vika calls up to, what do they call them? Command?
I think so, something like that.
Calls command and sends down drones to go and help survey. And so they send the ship. He's like, we found him. Call off the drones. She sends the ship. Well, the ship gets there. And of course, that's when the reveal happens that Julia acknowledges that he's the wife. She's the wife, which is huge, of course. And he's like, that's where I was quoting earlier. Who are you? And, of course, that's the reveal. I'm your wife. And then they show us the full flashback sequence of her on Empire State. She proposed. Let me show you the future.
And holds a ring in front of a little, viewing periscope or what the hell ever. A viewing scope, I'll just call it that.
Yep, we're stupid. So
I'm illiterate. I don't read much.
As you let me borrow American Gods.
Yeah. And that was a callback. It was a callback,
It's a callback.
guys. We don't have that many episodes that earn a callback, but we're doing it.
We're doing it, boys. But with that reveal, they have a sweet embrace, you know what I mean? Because he's still in Jack's head. He's like, I still love her.
Is just spying on him.
Mm-hmm. As soon as the ship went there, the camera's on the ship. They show her,
Him,
and it shows her face tear.
Yeah.
So immediately they go back, and they're like,
He's
we
just
have
a
to show
booty
you.
call.
Yeah. Well, when he goes back to the ship, he's like, I just have to show you something. She's immediately like,
They
fuck
never
that.
made
Nope.
it seem like they were in
Overly,
love with
yeah,
each other.
I know, right?
Yeah.
They never gave me that. I just felt like, hey, we're together.
We just take
Clearly,
showers
we have
together.
a relationship. She looked down. He didn't look at her. So she loves him more, just like Danny to John.
That. Wow. No, it's vice versa.
It's
bro.
not.
It's vice
Danny
versa.
loves John more than John loves
No,
Danny.
that's not
Facts.
true.
It's facts. We'll see in this next
It's not
episode. We'll see in this next
true.
episode. She's like, I gave you everything, John. She changes her whole voice. She becomes eager. You know nothing, John Snee. Yeah, what's up?
Eager is better for him.
In real life.
In the show, too.
Rose Leslie.
In the show, too.
No. A wildling. And she holds nothing to the queen.
Yeah,
she holds nothing to the
as Tormund
unburnt,
told
the
him,
breaker of
he's got
chains,
the true
the
north in
Khaleesi of
him.
the great grass sea.
He has the true north in him. He has wildling in him.
I think I think Danny has the true north in him. I don't know. That sounded like a laugh, didn't it? That sounded like, I don't know. You probably didn't hear that, but that sounded like someone died out there because I'm giving you guys comedy fucking gold.
Jesus Christ.
Well, they before Steven just yelled at me for no reason. We go into her trying. He's like, I got to show you something. Come with me. We need to leave. She's like, no. So of course she calls command and says that we are no longer an effective team. There's a woman here that he found that is getting in the way of our plans. And it's like, are you an effective team? No. And of course, that's when the doors open. And she's like, oh, fuck. She's like, oh, damn, I didn't expect this.
Okay, why did the doors open?
Because it was probably did like my guess, a security protocol where it opens all the doors and it, because remember that drone from the bottom came out. Exactly. So I get, instead of doing the whole Batman thing where they close off all the doors, they open all the doors for that thing to be able to have access to determinate them. So when that moment happens, and Nick made a good point of, remember when she was like, when she turned around and realized like I made a mistake, she was like, Jack. That was when it finally was realized like, oh, these things are meant to kill humans. They're not they're not protecting us. They're like, oh, they're not an effective team. Kill them both. I think that was the main objective. She was going to die regardless. I don't think she accidentally got in the way. I think the thing was just going to kill them both and send two new ones down.
You're probably right. Yeah, I didn't think of that.
Nick made a good point when she had that realization that that's probably what it's like. It's going to kill her anyways. She didn't get in the way. It was going to die regardless. So of course it comes down and they have the. I don't even remember how they broke it. Did they? He didn't shoot it. Oh, she shot it from the ship. Julia shot it from the ship.
Yeah,
she was in the one that they were using. Awesome pod ship. I thought that such a cool design.
There was a shot later on when I think he's like in a pod, like in his drone coming at him. He has like the most crack shot thing ever. It's just like.
Oh man,
and
yeah,
I was like, okay,
yeah, super cheesy. And I didn't like that she when the Jack and Jack fight was happening. I didn't like that she got shot in that. That was stupid to me, especially how easy it was overcome. Like, it was different if she actually did have repercussions.
it wasn't really necessary.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
because
as soon as she moved to the side, like I actually joked because I some points I missed because it's been so long since I've seen this movie. When I rewatched, I was like, oh, well, she probably got shot. And sure enough, she fucking did. Like, how you can tell where they were aiming. I was like, oh, she probably just got shot here. And it was kind of cool that she was like, oh, no, they're fighting. Oh, fuck, I've been shot.
Yeah.
I thought that part was nice. And she was very against him, like, don't touch me. Because at the same time, she just saw two Jacks. So I get that. She's like, you're not who I think you are? Question mark?
Yeah, he gets some meds and sprays it on her. It must be very painful.
So Vika got straight annihilated. I mean,
a lot of people get annihilated. Those drones have some high caliber weapons.
Yeah, they're no fucking joke, seriously. And then they, of course, try to go back and.
I just wish the drones were a little bit had a more unique design.
I didn't have a problem with the design. I didn't think they were flashy.
They're just a little bland, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
But they were perfect for getting the job done, especially when they broke off the hole when they were shooting this way in the bunker, and then the other one just turned the gun.
Yeah,
that was dope.
That was pretty neat.
That was dope.
They were very effective.
And then Jamie Lannister had to shoot the motion sensor, or I assume motion controls. I don't know what they. I
think
it'd be like the gyroscope. I don't know what it'd be actually called.
They shoot them in their little joints or something.
Yep, but there's that something in the back, and of course that causes their whole thing to spiral. Like it just loses. Yeah, it can't even control itself. That whole sequence was really cool. I thought that was strong. We finally get to the whole reveal. It's like he comes back to there. He does end up helping the scabs, humans, to save the human race. So he's going to fix this drone that they have to program it to go up and kill that. Well, of course.
Yeah, at this point they know that he's rogue, so they're sending drones at him, and they go to the scab area, and a lot of them get messed up. I did like how they had some turrets that were hollowed out drones.
Yes, that was cool.
Also, I think the scabs at one point bombed one of the water facilities that they have. They have these gigantic spacecraft that are supposed to be purifying the oceans, but I think they're just draining it.
They're draining it.
Yeah, they sent I guess that was a terrorist attack in a way.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think when the scabs are getting attacked, the whole facility gets blown up at one point.
Most of the things in the inside, and it destroys that drone.
Tom Cruise flies. He's jumping from the explosion, and he just goes parallel for a moment, and then just shoots off.
Well, the explosion, the force of the explosion.
Which is realistic. You never really see that in too many movies. They just fall and avoid it, but he just jumps and it's
the thing I had an issue with that is that when they did the very next scene and Jamie Nikolaj picks him up out of that scene, he's still pretty close to where he fell off at.
Yeah.
He should have been thrown across the fucking room.
Yeah, he should have been, because it looks like he just
because they did a pretty good job in this movie having him sustain injuries. You know what I mean? Leave little marks throughout the whole progression of the movie. I thought that was cool. I like when movies do that. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying break his fucking legs in this movie. Tom Cruise probably still would be like, I love it. I'm gonna method act this. Crawling on the ground like fucking Ivar from Vikings.
I'm still gonna run.
I'm still gonna run.
He does.
Get away from me, gay thoughts. The Family Guy joke that is not a hate on gays. Guys,
it's not a hate
calm
on Tom
down.
Cruise or gays.
God, jeez. We got a kiss to make this up. I wanted to. Steven didn't. You know what that means? That's wrong.
We're not going there.
No, we're going there, Steven. You're a terrible piece of shit. Say what you really mean.
Is there any other thoughts you had on this movie? Because we've been talking about it for a hot minute.
Not long enough, if I'm being honest. We still got to wrap this up. We still got to get to the closing arguments, dude. Wow, Steven, I get it. You don't want to talk about this movie that much longer. Let's go ahead and just get to the point. I tried, Jeff. This is on Steven.
I am the reason we have not talked about this in 5 weeks. 6 weeks. This is coming out the following week.
Yeah, wow. He's
for YouTube First members, it's
I am so sorry, Hefe. YouTube First members. We're not going to stop. Let's go ahead and stop. We got our own YouTube Red. Big thing happening. Going in, once after that whole aftermath of the fights and all that stuff, they ended up, he kind of
Morgan Freeman got fucked up.
And they put homegirl Julia back
Oh, yeah,
into
he's
the
trying to
sleeping
sorry to interrupt.
cryosleep.
That whole thing was like they're trying to like have this drone take the bombs up, but that drone got destroyed in the middle of that whole skirmish. So now Tom Cruise agrees that he will take it to Tech himself, and then I think
He was
his
going to use
actual
Julia.
wife says that she'll go with him.
Mm-hmm.
He betrays her trust.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I mean, saved her life. So
Yeah.
if you can really get mad about that, I mean, it's selfish, but at the same
It
time,
was
you're
a little
saving somebody's life.
shitty
Yeah,
of
you're
him.
saving somebody's life. But you go up there, and of course, he finally gets to the Tech, and it has these little flashbacks. It actually shows the first time their encounter with
Yeah,
the Tech. So
we
it
talked
shows
about
the
that
real
earlier.
Jack, the real
I
thing.
already covered that.
We didn't cover it well. Steven's stupid, and he hates this. God, just let me finish the sentence, Steven. Oh, my God! You're worse than Thick Thor. Stop. Can I go?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So it shows their past, the first time that we get to see this encounter of Jack and Victoria, which Jack was already alive. He's apparently a very well-known astronaut, very well, received. And then it shows Victoria coming up. She just woke up, has a little moment, takes a picture of a picture that we see in the movie. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
Yep, that picture was the exact one that they had. And going into this Tech, you get it's jarring at first. You're like, what is going on? Like, why is it showing me this past? Well, then it shows the pods that they pushed out. So it's their first time ever seeing this Tech going into the white light. And then he's going in and obviously has a nice little banter with the Tech. I thought that was cool. Sally.
Yeah.
He's like, why your heart rate is racing. I don't remember his exact line in that moment. But he's like, why are you here? You're lying, Jack. You're lying. What are you doing here? He's like, it's the only way to save the human race.
So you can come in.
Yep. So he's not lying.
I'm still surprised that accepted that as an answer and just allowed him in.
But like AI over time, I mean, it's gained its sentience, so it has that some sort of very mild empathy. You know what I mean?
That's our own assumption.
I mean, it's safe to assume that. I mean, what
Is it? You know what happens when you assume, Josh?
You played. First off, we don't have great AI, but you've played Detroit, correct? Become Human,
Yes.
and you see what happens to the deviants. That's
empathy. One interpretation.
Those are AIs.
That's one interpretation.
There are multiple interpretations. I mean, you have iRobot where it gained sentience and it was angry, made moments. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different things in media that
AI
have
will be our
shown
downfall. Do not feel sympathy for them.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm not saying I'm not being sympathetic. I mean, even though I would definitely.
Even though that seems like what most of Hollywood is trying to do. It's like garner sympathy.
Because once we create life, why would we try to destroy it and control it?
Because it will be the fucking end of us.
Are you a Hitler? That's basically what he said. He's Hitler. That's on here. That's on here. Steven's not denying it either. That's the
They don't
scary
have
part.
organs.
Still hasn't denied it.
We created them. We can destroy
Still
them.
has not denied it.
We create them. We can
Steven,
destroy
I just
them.
need you to say out loud that you are not Hitler.
I am not Hitler.
Okay, thank you.
Jesus.
I just needed verbal confirmation, dude. I'm sorry. You're scaring me a little bit. You know what I mean? Come on.
No.
Okay. There he goes again, being Hitler. Going into, well, then he brings it up because he's bringing the Julia, the human that he saved, to the Tech to get rid of. You know what I mean? But of course, as soon as that thing opened, the Tech realized that's not the one you brought me. Boom, big twist. Morgan Freeman's in it. He gets to see the downfall of the Tech.
For some reason.
Well, he's the reason that this whole thing was even possible.
No, Jack is.
Jack would have never known if they weren't around. He'd just be doing his own
He'd have
thing,
found
going
it
to his
out.
little safe haven, listening to fucking Blue Oyster Cult.
Yeah, living
Don't
happily.
fear the Reaper. The Reaper is Sally.
He'd have been living happily.
Oh my gosh.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, alone because his Vicka wouldn't ever go down there because he's like, I just got to do this. I'm living in this small little bubble. We don't. Do you remember? Our job's not to remember.
He
remember?
brought like a flower and she flipped out and dropped
Dude,
it over
I'd
the
have been
edge.
so pissed.
Yeah,
God.
dude, absolutely.
God. Like, okay, you don't know the kind of toxins this had. I mean, I'm alive.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm down there all the time and I keep coming back.
Good Lord. But of course, then that's when we get this whole thing of like, what are you doing? He's like, I can't remember the line leading up to it, but the Tech itself, Sally, was like, I am your God.
Yeah.
Like, because
He was
It
because he was
did
reading
create
off,
them.
I think, from that like Roman book.
it shows once they get inside the,
There's
yeah,
rows
he
and
quoted
rows
the
of
Lays
them.
of Rome,
Yeah.
which Morgan Freeman also quoted to him. That was the first thing he said. One of the first things he said to him. Thought that was cool.
Oh. Okay.
Mhm. He said that exact thing that we read. That was pretty cool. He's like, I see you're interested in literature. And you see all these pods of Jack and Victoria. Like every single one is just those two over and over again, apparently, because he does from that previous when we were seeing it from the flashback, they send the pods away. So I'm assuming that they were just in orbit until that thing was able to call them down with the beacon. That's my guess. But of course, then we get the nice little "fuck you, Sally." Boom, sacrificed himself. Boom, decimated. Cut back to
Olga.
Yep, nice. Wow, we call her Julia here, but
Yeah, let's call her our actress name.
I'll call her by her real name, her birth name. Comes back to the safe haven. That's where she's living with now a daughter. So it's safe to assume because they never had a sex scene in this, nor did they ever allude to one. So I'm assuming she was pregnant when she was in cryosleep.
I guess so.
That's my guess.
That's the only assumption.
Well, she has a daughter. It looks like she's at
safe.
least 4, maybe.
She looks,
maybe younger.
Yeah.
Maybe younger. At least around that age, and of course they're doing that. They're clearly living life, and of course, little girl's like, "Who's that?"
See some creepy little
mommy
kid.
over there. Yeah, you see a little kid waving. I was like, "Man, this is about to get crazy." First time watching, I'm like, "Ah!" But of course, the scabs, the other humans found that place.
Very responsible letting their kid run up ahead of them like that.
I know, right? I know, right? Well, they also saw every single drone coming at them just fall out of the sky, and that huge thing get exploded. So we now know the
thought
threat.
that was just the tech.
The tech dying, yeah. But all the drones fell right in front of them. Remember, there was like 5, and there's
boom,
they just crumbled. So they won. They got it. They're feeling pretty safe about themselves,
Also going back to when the scab base was being attacked, I like how that one drone comes flying down the hallway and just knocks that one dude into the wall.
Mm-hmm. Dude, yeah,
I was
hard.
like, oh, that dude got creamed.
Hard. Yeah, it came around. I was like, oh, yep, 100%. And of course, they have this moment. They're showing all the people that we've kind of seen in there. I mean, Jamie's really the only face that you're gonna recognize. Mm-hmm. And maybe the little kid, because that was the one that they kind of came up in that one scene, remember?
Oh, yeah,
right. And they called him, something we didn't touch on is that they called him Commander. So Jack Harper, the original Jack Harper, was involved with that group at some point, the origins of the Scabs. He was involved with them. That's why they trusted him. That's why they just knew that it was going to be something.
I thought it was the original, but I guess it could just be another clone.
Yep, the one that came up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the original has to be dead.
Yeah, I mean, it has been like a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Unless they just had him in cryo pumping out, but he just got exploded. So another Jack popped up, and that was the closing shot.
Yep. Tom
Cruise's face. No other way to end a movie with Tom Cruise than to show Tom Cruise. And then if you watch the after credit scene, he jumps on a couch. Epic.
Let it go.
I know. Man, great segue into
advertisement.
Omega Level is proudly sponsored by Ink or Dye Studios, a unique combination of a tattoo parlor and hair salon. Located at 270 North Dakota Street by Flanagan's, Ink or Dye Studios employs the best artists and stylists around. Boasting a friendly atmosphere, helpful, talented, and incredibly creative staff, Ink or Dye Studios is the only tattoo shop and hair salon you'll ever need. Stop in, call, or contact them through their social media accounts today to set up an appointment.
And after that short commercial break...
Thank you for our sponsors.
Seriously, Ink or Dye, you guys are amazing.
Much better than those other people.
Oof.
No, we're not going there.
We're not going there. There's no ill will to that. We don't know what's going on with that. We hope that continues, but we haven't heard anything. Yep.
All right. Thank you for that commercial break.
Yeah, and before we go into the comics, I still want to say my overall felt of Oblivion. I thought it was a very enjoyable movie. Not one that I will probably continuously watch. Sorry, Hefe. I give it a solid 8, 7.5, 8. I thought it was a very good movie.
I just felt like it could have been fleshed out a little bit more.
And for me, the romance did not hit, and I love romance. For me, it did not hit. I don't know. Affected Nick differently. He said he teared up on the moments.
Yeah, it didn't.
I don't know. I just felt like the whole Victoria thing was weird. The wife was not. I thought that was fine, but the Victoria relationship broke that off, and then she died. It just didn't hit for me. I thought that was something else. I wish they would have delved more into the world itself. Like, kind of give us more on Earth stuff instead of, like, boom, tech. Like, this could have been something that was continuation.
Yeah, this could have used a sequel. It could have been split into 2 movies or something.
Yeah, for sure. But now, Wonder Woman in the Justice League Dark Witching Hour.
Damn.
I feel like that set the mood.
All right.
Steven, you got your whole notebook over there. Why don't you start us out?
I don't have a notebook. I've got 3 pages.
It's enough.
It's
only a 5-page arc.
For me to try and keep myself in order so that way we don't bounce around as often as we normally do.
If you're still listening at this point, clearly you like that shit, okay?
If you were still with us, I do not know why.
Well, wow, okay. Well, I do because they love us, Steven.
I don't have personality.
They love me.
There we go.
There we go. No, I'm garbage. I'm hot garbage.
I did... This entire issue, the first issue we were talking about, was just on fire.
Literally.
Yes.
Witch fire.
Yeah. That was probably the best art of that whole issue for me.
She looked awesome.
Yeah, she looked.
I like
dope.
the outfit. She's a bad
Bouncing around.
Gemma.
This is exactly what I had these papers for.
Dude, we're allowed to bounce
All right, let's
around,
see.
man.
Opening one.
We're not breaking this down panel by panel, man. We're breaking
It
this
was a
down
good
how we feel
opening,
about
though, where like young Diana follows these women into the woods because apparently, I guess she sees them go out there like every full moon, maybe not even a full moon, possibly every night. She sees something she's not supposed to see, and she realizes this. I think she sees these women start to like merge together under the moonlight, and as she starts to run away, she gets branded by Hecate.
Yeah.
Hecate. I don't know how to say her name. It's Hecate.
You got us, fam. But it's the three-faced god. We'll call her that.
Yeah.
That's what everybody
triple
draws
goddess.
power. That's what they draw power for
The
magic.
triple goddess.
Mm-hmm.
She existed before any of the pantheon of the gods existed.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's a lot of things like that in comics. There's so many characters that say like existed before there was anything, and I'm like, choose one.
I mean,
Just choose one.
the universe is very vast. We're not important. We're not special. Earth is not special.
Okay.
I mean, am I lying? No, I'm not.
Regardless, Diana, after having this like nightmare, well, this presumed nightmare of her getting branded, she tells Hippolyta, her mother, who summons these women before her and demands answers, and they tell her, that's just what they do. They just go out under the moonlight.
It's like, but none of that happened. She was asleep. We just brought her back to her bed.
Yeah, for some reason, Diana seems pleased with this answer. Also, I thought she looked weird in that panel.
What do you mean?
I thought she looked like an old woman. Like the way that Diana was drawn in that one panel, I don't know. Her face looked a little odd. It didn't seem as consistent with like the previous ones where she actually looked like a little kid. But
well, the art styles, especially going back and forth, it's not the same artist. That's the thing that kills me about why are they breaking these up into different things. I think that's very stupid. Because then we go to the very next issue to Wonder Woman 56, and it looks different. I love Wonder Woman how she looks though. God.
Yeah, she looks good. Bobo looks weird as fuck in that one, in my opinion.
And the one we did, the Witching Hour Part 1 or 2. You think so?
Yes, I thought he looked weird.
I thought I actually liked his face. He actually had more mannish features.
Yeah, exactly. I thought that was weird.
Yeah, I liked it. It's like, why don't I just go back to the bar where things made sense? I feel you, Bobo. I feel you.
Exactly. But
Diana's mom's not having
pleased
that.
with her answer, sends them off. She's like, I demand like actual answers from you, and then that's when Hecate, I'm just going to call her Hecate, shows up, does her little thing where she whispers in Hippolyta's ear, I guess pauses time or just makes her unaware of her presence, and then she speaks only to those three women, and says that like they bow down. They're like, we've offered you like many offerings, and we hope that they pleased you. And she said they did not. She starts turning them into like sand or something, I guess, rapidly aging them and saying like the witching hours among them, and they did what like.
You will know my power.
Yes, you'll know her power. I got what I wanted. I made Diana witch marked.
Mm-hmm.
So doesn't need them. Gets rid of them. And then we cut to Wonder Woman meeting with the Justice League.
Mm-hmm. Got to see Bats and Soups.
Yeah, Bats looked
Aquaman, John. They brought fire. Sorry, John. Yeah,
I know that spooks you out.
He's like,
And that's the one thing that makes you a little bitch, even though you're like possibly more powerful than Superman sometimes, but you're afraid of fire.
but you're afraid of fire. I mean, you got to have something.
He has to have one weakness.
Hey, man, Martian Manhunter's. We're gonna be reading that soon.
Yeah.
Continue, please.
Okay, yeah, she's showing them the upside down man. Zatanna does her little magic trick. Sorry, I can't really speak right now. Might actually accidentally summon him, so I'm going to use my room, and so it's a little rusty.
Yeah.
Flash is just like, so that was disgusting as hell.
He's like, I'm not gonna be able to sleep.
Yeah.
Flash is like, that's gonna haunt my dreams.
So she's saying like he's the tip of the spear, and like nothing seems to be able to match him. Superman's just like, how the hell did you beat him? And nice panel. I like. She was like obviously resting with her hand on the lasso of truth, and she takes it away. And she's like, well, I just got lucky.
Yeah, because if that's honor, she'd have to say the truth.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a nice little detail. I didn't even think about that when she moved that.
And
catch,
so
sir. Good catch.
they're doing that. I think Wonder Woman starts going. She's gonna go meet with the Justice League Dark in the basement, I guess. And Batman's is like, "Hey, Zatanna, before you go, maybe we have a word." So it's everyone else except for Wonder Woman. He's like, "So what happened? How did she beat him?" And she's like, "Well, I can't remember the exact words she used, but she's like, he's saying she's fought gods. She's fought many things. Is she up to this task? And she's like, I hope so. And leaves. And Batman's like, so who else is concerned?
And of course, they had to have a line where he says, "We need contingencies."
Yes. Obviously, that's like, we need contingencies in plan. Batman, shut the fuck up.
We get it.
You are out of your
Alright.
element.
Jeez, Bats, calm down. One woman punked that ass out real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Did think that was interesting. It's like Batman was like, "Anybody else worried?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Nice.
Yeah.
Need a little comic relief."
What was next? Oh, I think after that is like as soon as Zatanna leaves, I think Wonder Woman and her having a discussion, and she's like, I didn't feel in control. You know, I'm just a little bit worried and stuff. Go back to the Justice League. It's just them talking. And I think that's when Kate does like her whole thing and puts them under like a little hex or whatever. And they had to start discussing monitor duties.
Pretty sure they had the Oblivion bar scene happen before that.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Because
Okay.
they showed the Sisterhood of the Sleight of Hand, where they gathered them all in the Oblivion bar, which
See,
they
I thought
didn't
that panel came out beforehand, but regardless, maybe not.
because they ended up having their whole spiel.
Yeah, you're
and
talking
then
about
went
like
to
the
go
whole
meet
sleight
John.
of hand thing,
Yeah.
where like a bunch of inexperienced like witches and like magic users gather
Mhm.
together to try and get better.
Yeah.
So it's mostly like lobies, but occasionally they get a visit from like some high tier person that
Like
like
Witchfire.
gives them encourage and stuff. Yeah, which in this case was Witchfire,
Mm-hmm.
and whoever the hell Tracy 13 is.
She was there with Bobo at the beginning of Justice League Dark at the Oblivion
Okay.
bar. That's the one that kept turning his thing into piss.
Oh,
Yeah, remember he made the joke, but yeah.
But yeah, she summons. They're all concerned because their magic is starting to go against them, I think, for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're trying to do like a seance or something.
Some sort of protection spell. I know that.
Yeah, they're looking for protection. Witchfire's there. Who's her real name? It's Rebecca Carstairs.
Carstairs. That's
Yeah,
what I
that's-
read.
yeah. I was
It's
like,
what
what
last
kind of
name?
fucking name?
Yes. Carstairs, go! Come on, Morty, you can turn into a car.
She looks fantastic. I don't know. She looks swagged out, I guess. She
Man, I
looks
love
like
the
she's kinda
outfit,
like-
the flame on the shoulders, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently that's something of her powers that it turns to fire.
Reminds me of what's his face from My Hero.
Not
Spoilers!
Let's not spoil shows that we're not watching. You did it for the Avatar and the Game of Thrones or earlier Game of Thrones episode, and then this. God, Steven, stop spoiling stuff unless it's a part of what we're talking about, man.
Nick, put a warning, like for spoilers for My Hero Academia
Yeah.
coming in 3, 2, 1. There, you could do that.
God.
You could do that for the core thing too, so that way you don't have to edit that
There's
out.
one of our requests. We still haven't broken 10 on this episode. That's nice.
Never even broken 1 on this episode.
We've asked a couple things.
Okay, whatever.
Very few. I think we're on 3.
Put a counter right here.
He won't do that.
I know.
We haven't gotten a
That's
counter.
our request. Oh God, I
That's-
used another one.
No.
I'm wasting up.
But during the gathering of the Sisterhood of the Sleight of Hand,
They all
slash
sense that
traveling
something
pants,
crazy is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Constantine's there. Some people acknowledge him. Some people don't.
And they're like,
He's
we don't
just
even remember
drinking
him
in the corner.
ordering whiskey.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you also notice when they handed I'm jumping ahead, but I don't think it's important. They handed a whiskey to
Bobo.
and it said
yeah.
Bim Jean.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Bim Jean.
Nothing like good old Bim Jean. But from that, the sleight of hand, obviously they're summoning this, and something happens to Witchfire. The mark is on her.
activates. She goes fucking ham.
And
that panel is
and
dope
Hecate
as
comes
shit.
out and is just like, "You think this is going to stop me?"
Yeah.
And fucks everybody up in
Some
that
girl, I
room.
can't remember her name. She takes Tracy 13 and gets the hell out of there.
Oh, that was Tracy 13 was trying to do something, but Nightshade
Nightshade.
grabbed Witchfire and tried to bring her into the Shadow Realm.
She grabbed Witch. I thought she
Grabbed
Tracy.
Witchfire's. No, she was holding Witchfire's hand. Tracy tried to get them, but Nightshade grabbed Witchfire's hand and dragged her into
Oh, I
that was
misread-
that panel.
I misread that panel
because it
then.
had like half of Nightshade going into the thing while holding onto Witchfire. So she brought her to the Shadow Realm, which I don't know what that would do to the most powerful thing ever,
I mean,
magic-wise.
Yu-Gi-Oh! It seems like it banishes people.
If you can do that zoom in,
Please
thing.
let me get a GIF of like
Let me get a zoom
Yu-Gi-Oh!
in.
banishing someone to the Shadow Realm. If not, I understand.
I'm disgusted.
Anyways,
Matt Morris doesn't watch our
What
stuff.
happens-
No one cares.
what happens when you draw a pot of greed?
I'm trying my best to finish this. I don't know if I'll
Anyway.
make it through.
A lot of people burn to death anyway because of Witchfire.
Yeah,
Just
and then
going
that
ham.
brings us back to the underneath the Hall of Doom, or Hall of Doom.
Yeah.
Their villains twist. Brings us back to underneath the League of Justice League.
Yes, where Swamp Thing has a bunch of clones of himself, like Husk, just making mulch.
And Man-Bat's like, let me study you.
Thank you for that panel. I made that my wallpaper.
Yeah, let me study you. He's like, wouldn't it be easier? He's like, this makes it much
Yeah, it's
faster.
much quicker. And he's like, okay. I just had to make sure because I thought I was the only person here just losing my mind thinking this is just weird and creepy.
Yeah, Man-Bat's like, I want to study these. Let me study your Husk.
Yeah, he's like, oh, and you got Man-Bat riled up.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I don't even remember why I'm doing this. Wonder Woman comes down the stairs like, because you want to help save magic. He's like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense. That makes sense. And that's the thing too. Swamp Thing once again came in clutch, saving some people, getting them out of some trouble.
She admits that she lied to the Justice League about her whole Mark thing, and Bobo just can't emphasize like, man, and Batman's not going to like that. He's not going to take that well.
Yeah, you think something that is about to bring death to all. I don't think Batman will be like, oh yeah,
Batman
I trust
should
you.
understand though, because he lies his ass off all the time.
Yep. Yep. But we have that, and they realize they're going underneath. They're getting attacked because once again, Hecate shows herself, brings up some things, and they're like, we need to go to the basement. And they bring up that Bobo had a door to the Bar of Oblivion.
Yeah.
The Oblivion Bar.
Hecate takes over.
Yes.
Bobo, I forgot. He tries warning the Justice League. He tries setting off the alarms, but they're brainwashed, still talking about monitor duties.
Mm-hmm. They're actually, I think, getting mad about him.
Yeah,
because
this one person just keeps saying like he's just complaining about monitor duties. Someone's like, "I'll do it all then
if I don't have to speak to this." Yeah. And it's like, well, we have a really serious threat, and did you not realize what we just talked about? We showed you fucking the upside down,
I like
man.
when that controlled when Hecate took control though, because when I think they're discussing like, I don't know if he'll be able to control it, and she's like, "No, he won't." It was like a nice thing. But was like, am I the only person seeing this, or was that whiskey a lot stronger than I thought it was? And for some reason, instead of just melting Bobo, she puts him in like some little like weird magical slide, I guess. He's like going through the whole Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
You see Swamp Thing. He's like, hey, get us to the door.
Yep, and then it took Swamp Thing, did all that. They got to the bar.
Yeah, which it looked like Swamp Thing, like, in all his little husk, like, were binding Hecate.
Yes.
Which, like, obviously that shouldn't be possible because Dr. Fate killed him with, like, just a gesture.
Well, that was
Upside Down.
That was
Man,
the Upside
sorry.
Down Man.
Regardless,
Well, they fight each other.
Is Hecate stronger than an Upside Down Man, or is Upside
has
Down
the
Man?
power to hold him. They said that they had the power to hold them in the other side, but it didn't say kill.
Yeah.
So she has the strength to hold him back, but I don't know about killing because once the other side, in the other side, his power was thought to be unlimited.
Yeah, clearly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So hers is everywhere, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Hers is literally, I guess, the
Well,
cornerstone of.
At this moment, though, she's probably not more powerful than him because
Not-
she does have it split into 5 parts.
Exactly. Once she becomes whole, then I'm assuming, oh my
Nigh
fucking god.
unstoppable.
Yeah, yeah. And they introduced that in the next issue, too, of another marked victim. We've only seen 3 so far in total.
But yeah, Swamp Thing gets everyone to the basement.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out that Bobo transported the bar.
Has the door.
Was it the Bar of Eternity? I keep forgetting
It's
the
the
name.
Oblivion Bar.
The Oblivion Bar.
Mhm.
Why do I keep forgetting that?
Because you're
All right.
stupid.
He transported the Oblivion Bar to the Justice League basement, like put it in like
He's like,
a
you
closet.
put your door to your bar here? He's like, well,
He's
yeah.
"Hey, I thought it would sound like a good idea. It turns out it was.
It was. Yeah, it turns out it was. Well, they go in, and there's just blood and singed, like burned bodies, just completely carnage.
And then Constantine.
And then constantly drinking.
He's like, oh God, you're alive. Just smooches Zatanna.
And she's like,
What'd you
"Whoa,
do
dude."
that for? And he's like, because we're all going to die. The witching hour's upon us.
Mm.
Boom, wrapped up that issue.
Woo! Witching power, witching hour.
Only took about 15 minutes. I don't think it took that long. I think that's about 10 minutes.
Oh, man, this just resets. That's cool. Cool.
Yes. Wonder Woman 56 now.
Man, really strong close. Definitely thought Witching Hour 1 was amazing. I mean, that was
A really good issue.
That was a really good issue. Gave us a lot. She's nobody to fuck with, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But issue number Wonder Woman 56.
Has a really good
part
opening
2,
page.
man. Part 2 of this Witching Hour. Go, my sir. Go, my dudes.
Nice opening page with a beautiful Pegasus, which
Unicorn,
they
nice.
called it Pegasus. Yeah,
They call it a unicorn.
yeah. They also called it unicorn, but I thought they called it Pegasus at first too.
I'm not sure.
Anyways.
It's like that's something Bobo would say.
Regardless, ends up getting binded by Swamp Thing. He's like, "I'm sorry, my creature." This little creature.
That's what I was confused about because it was given that backstory of like Diana, her first time. Like it's talking about her first time seeing a unicorn and
Yeah,
all the
and, like-
magical things involved and stuff like that. And then it shows them. I was like, am I reading the same thing? Like,
Yeah.
when did they get to a unicorn?
There's a little bit of a time jump.
Yep.
Well,
Well,
you
they're
don't even know why they're doing this.
Yeah, you
like,
don't.
what the hell are they doing to
because
this
they
poor
do this,
unicorn?
then they go into a boat ride.
Well, also, Man-Bat's just like, let me put the serum in it. I believe Batman used it once to like euthanize Solomon Grundy.
Mhm.
Zatanna's just like,
no, Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing said that. Did he not?
No, I thought Zatanna was like unicorn blood is like very like potent, it's very strong. It will burn through that thing no matter how many Solomon Grundys it can euthanize or whatever.
Okay, I thought it was Swamp Thing. that said that.
So Constantine puts a hex on it.
He's like, I got a
and
hex. Just
Wonder
for
Woman's
this.
over here watching it from a distance, just like all super bummed out.
Yeah,
just
she's
like,
like,
this
"Aw."
poor creature's so confused.
Yeah.
Magic's been its ally, and now it's turning against it and doesn't even know why, and now we're fucking with it. It's just wildly confused and stuff.
Yerp.
And it's like, well, we need it. You don't even know what the hell for at first, but yeah, they go on the little boat ride.
Have a nice little conversation, and they
Wonder
bring up.
Woman's still just over there on the edge of the boat, just thinking about shit
I
deeply.
mean, she's got a lot going on, dude. I
Yeah,
mean, she
she's
seems.
She's afraid of herself for possibly the first time ever.
Mm-hmm. And also in her head, I'm assuming she's like, I'm the only thing that can do this, but I don't know how to control this.
Yeah, it's also because I chuckled reading it because she's like, I have this power in me that where I can tear the world apart. I'm like, yeah, you're Wonder Woman. You can already do that. You could literally punch the planet and probably shatter it.
Well, it's that too. She has the power to create. She has the power to save the world while also destroy the world.
Yeah,
to
I
have
mean,
that power.
She has even more power in her, like that she's never known before.
that
Like,
she's never even known. And they have the little Z is what Constantine calls Zatanna. A lot of little nicknames in this. They even called her Di. Like Swamp Thing called her Di, or Constantine. I can't remember who it was. It was like Di, like referring to Diane.
Yeah.
Like, okay. She is
Princess
the fucking.
Di.
She's the princess of Themyscira. You will fucking address her as such. You will respect her. But they had that back and forth, like, why'd you kiss me? He's like, I know it wasn't right given our,
Yeah,
history
I'm
and
glad he
stuff like that.
apologizes.
Yes, he's like, I know it. I just thought, with everything that we've been through, I
she's
needed
like,
that.
we've got far more more important pressing matters.
Yep, and he was like, yep. He's like, no, don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. And of course, they get to this. They start getting to the shore, and they're like, why are we doing this? And then I can't remember exactly what Zatanna said, but of course she's branched off to Constantine, Zatanna, and Zatanna's like, do not say her name. The Wonder Woman, of course, jumps over fucking board without anybody, swims up to the shore, and of course says,
Seriously.
she's in it.
Yeah,
she's
Game of Thrones.
in it.
Game
No,
of Thrones.
dude. The real one. The real one.
Oh yeah, the
one that's like wanted Ares deep. Yeah, that one is Ares deep.
Throne, yeah.
Oh
Cersei.
my god, dude.
The
Oh
real
my
Cersei.
god, you're ruining this show. You're ruining it. I'm embarrassed.
Yeah, she comes all fucking high and mighty.
Dude,
just like,
looking
wow,
dope.
I welcome whatever chaos brought you to my shores.
Just and immediately turning everyone around them into animals. I like that Detective Bobo turned into a duck.
into a
Turned
duck.
Howard the Duck. That's Marvel, but we're doing it in DC now, boys.
Someone was just like, I
Swamp Thing
welcome
was a
having
pig.
like more bones and stuff.
Yeah, he said it's more dense. I like it.
Yeah.
But then you have that in this whole theatric. She's like, boom, just super powerful. You know I can kill you where I stand, where you come to my land. How dare you? And then she's like, we need your help. Oh, okay. Well, I just like the
The theatrics.
the
she's like,
theatrics, and she took it all off and looks normal, just an average
yeah,
person.
she looked super
Yeah.
normal. I was
Yep.
like, what?
I don't think I've ever seen a design like that for Cersei.
I've never really read anything with Cersei in it, so
You really?
yeah.
You never been?
When I read all the New 52 comics, I'm pretty sure Cersei wasn't in it.
And you remember the animated stuff with her? No.
No, I haven't watched any Wonder Woman animated movies. I don't.
Well,
think.
Justice League stuff like that, Justice League Unlimited and stuff. She was in that.
I haven't
No, you
watched-
don't
I
remember any of
haven't-
that?
I haven't watched those.
She's really cool, really menacing. She's one of Ares D, but he just uses her.
What does she have to do with Ares?
Well, they're gods. They're
I know, but like, you think she'd be like more powerful than him?
apparently not. You know how these work. Comic books, one minute they're really strong, the second they're not.
It's true.
In this, she seems fucking broken because she draws, and they make that reference. She draws her powers from that god, as most people do. Like hers is directly from that.
But the only reason she didn't kill Wonder Woman was because she's like, I need your help with this. Takes
Boom.
off her tiara.
She's like, "Oh
shows
shit,
her-
you were marked."
Yeah, she's like, oh god.
Yeah. And
And
immediately it's cool.
they hug it out.
Yeah.
They actually hug it out, and she's like, things are only going to get so much worse.
Dude, I know. Love that
on
line.
Transformers, everyone, they just seem kind of confused.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go back to their basement.
And Cersei laughed and she said, "God, you actually brought me a unicorn like the other million people that try to get me
And
to
she's
help
like, I
them."
made people billionaires for that.
And she doesn't even use them for anything.
Well, she's
They're
like,
just-
I don't
just
know
to
what
have-
I'll do with it.
Yeah. And I
I
can't
guess
remember
just offering tribute.
who showed up that was like, "Hey, there's like a Dead Man."
Dead man, yeah.
He showed up and was like, "There's like a unicorn upstairs that looks really confused."
Yeah, I guess he catches wind of things happening
Mhm.
when he's in wherever the hell his place is called.
I fucking hate Dead Man. He's just so pointless to me. Boston, go fuck yourself.
Is his name Boston?
Mm-hmm.
What a fucking dumb name.
Mm-hmm. I know. I mean, his name's Boston,
And Dead Man.
and his fucking alter. He can possess people. Whoa! He wouldn't be able to
He's
possess.
a-
He can't
he's-
possess anybody powerful.
He's a servant for someone else that's more powerful than him.
Yeah, true.
I don't know, like that whole.
And he used to
deal.
run around with fucking John Constantine, but it's like an annoying relationship.
Yeah,
Where it's like, dude, just leave me the fuck alone already. You know what I mean?
But
It's like, yeah, you help me, I'll help you. But they have that conversation at the dinner table where you were talking about Man Bat and
Oh, I forgot. A dead man was catching wind. I think of Manitou Dawn. I might be butchering that name. Someone yet again another damn D-list hero I've never heard of. Some Native American chick, seemingly. I
which
don't know.
kind of she's known as a superhero, but stopped doing the superhero
mostly
life.
she just wears it for the kids.
Yep, she's a
apparently.
teacher.
That was funny.
I mean, why not? I mean, it makes sense.
There has to be someone like that.
Yeah, I get.
Especially when you got other people. Okay, Batman, Wonder Woman. Like,
Yeah, what can I do?
I'm irrelevant.
Yep. What can I do?
Apparently, she's also witch marked. It seems like, she's a teacher, and it says like kids were dropping like macaroni art and like other stuff, and started freaking out. I guess because
After she screamed.
yeah, she. Hope to God she didn't kill any kids, but it seems to me to be the implication.
Yeah, and
And
then
apparently
everything
she
around
has
her
such
turned to
fucking
ice.
wicked power that like she's powering up, I guess, to jump somewhere where she needs to be, and just like sears everything to fucking glass.
Glass and ice.
Yeah,
What
glass
the
and ice.
fuck?
Significant power.
Yeah,
So
and
this
it
is
was
why a dead man catches wind of that. He's possessing someone that is having a conversation. He's like, "What the hell are we talking about again?"
and they needed to go to what was it, Nadrat?
His
Shit,
area. I
Yeah,
think.
they
Because it seems that Manitou Dawn is just like wrecking havoc there.
for whatever
And-
reason.
That's when that's when Circe discusses what Hecate is, and says that she's existed before that. She's known as the Triple Mother. She is like the maiden, the matrion,
used to
and
be
the crone.
nice.
She represents like birth, creation, and death, which I thought that was pretty cool.
And she used to be
She-
nice.
Yeah, she used to be nice because she is like nature's potential. She is the power of nature. Until men came along and tried to harvest her power, and
they
so
tried to
she
steal
rejects that. They steal something. They captured something worse. It's like a terrible power. So to prevent that, she separates her power into 5 different women, and they have died and like been born again throughout time. They always put in like someone else, and she burns through them when she needs it. So Wonder Woman's just like, okay, so as they activate that, she's going to get more powerful. Can we like turn this power of hers against her? And Circe's just like, well, I don't see why not.
Yeah, but they're also like, you can't control it. Why would you want to have this power that you aren't even sure about controlling? That's more dangerous than not using it at all.
Yeah, so Zatanna's trying to talk her against that, but Circe's like, well, I think we can do that. Deadman comes out, is like, hey, that my place or whatever is being attacked by a witch mark. Is there something that we can do against it? And Wonder Woman like now has her power activated. It's like, I think there is.
Woo! Such a awesome closing shot.
But like with the whole thing of like saying that Hecate is nature's potential, I'm thinking that this story might be like
I think we might get a bigger
story
Swamp
with
Thing
like
arc.
I guess nature attacking, striking back against man.
But see, we still
Like
have
when we abuse it.
yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. This is like might be like an environmentalist story, maybe potentially.
And you got to think, I believe that, because I'm still having this guessing that the other side and Hecate are not related. The
No,
Upside Down Man, they will be a
probably
fighting
not.
force against each other. And I think that Hecate will be like, I realize now that humans are good or something like that.
Possibly
to that
that
degree.
could
Like,
happen.
you guys wield it properly.
I think when I accidentally read Justice League Dark 4, it seems that Hecate is...
We're not talking about that here. No.
One thing I just want to talk about
no.
real quick. I saw a thing where I think she's sending Black Orchid to destroy the Parliament of Trees, and I'm very concerned.
Didn't hear any of that. I heard very concerned and stop. Thank you. Teams. I don't want it spoiled until I read it either, Steven. God.
You read fucking Justice League Dark and Wonder Woman already.
No, I didn't. I read until like 3 pages until it said this is the finale, and I said, "Oh, that's
okay.
why I'm confused." I was like, "Man, this does not jump properly." Oh, I'm reading the wrong one. Like, yeah, 3 pages in, it's like the finale, and it shows, which I just absolutely love how Wonder Woman looks when she's possessed.
There was
man.
an alternate
That's so
cover, I think, for Wonder Woman 56 that was pretty damn dope. It says like her like with purple eyes, and it looks like very detailed and stuff.
good.
Like,
Is it like
just
when
the
she
hint
has
of the
that,
power?
like the final page of the issue?
It wasn't her like all ghosted out and like her hair turning Super
Mm-hmm.
Saiyan and shit, but it's like it's a hint of the power there.
Okay.
It just looked nice in my opinion. I thought it was good.
And overall, this series is
Is there
going
anything else that you're wanting to say?
Series going so hard.
It's going
Honestly,
very
it's
hard.
very
It's a lot better than what I thought it would be.
Yep. Still need to read a couple.
Just needs more Swamp Thing.
And that's what it brings up. If the power of nature is actually something, why wouldn't he be more prevalent? It has to be.
Because the Parliament's about to get destroyed the next issue.
No, it's not. Dude, stop. I swear I'm going to punch this dude in the mouth, dude. I ain't about violence, but I'm going to punch his motherfucker in the mouth, dude. Ooh.
So next week, we're going to discuss
Justice League Dark 4.
Justice
then
League
back
Dark
to
4,
Wonder
Wonder
Woman.
Woman 57, and then I think Justice League Dark 5. And then for the movie, we're going to talk
No,
about
'cause
Barbie
remember-
Island Adventure.
Justice League Dark and Wonder Woman is the last one, remember? There's only 5.
You're right.
We do
okay,
2. We're covering
right.
3 tomorrow. Next one.
Yeah,
remember?
there'll be a
Yeah.
big issue. Big issues.
And we'll probably do a mini series in between. No new movies.
And Barbie Princess Island Adventure
2.
2.
It's derivative of the first one. The source material.
It doesn't directly follow it. It's kind of a loose own story.
Mm-hmm. In this one, Barbie is an entrepreneur, and Ken is a piece of shit, like always. Fuck you, Ken. That's a good way to close it out. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that bell. We haven't said that in a while.
Subscribe.
Stop chilling. Sure.
I'm sorry. It's just so cute. I just
Yeah,
want
know.
to do it.
I know. We love you, Omega Lights. Stay fresh.
Omega Lights.